Tempo FM.
And you are here with Rebecca doing something a little bit different here on Monday, the 20th of January. You are listening to Tempo FM. It is 2 minutes past 11. And today is supposedly Blue Monday. It is a apparent statistical fact that today is the saddest day of the year. And I will tell you more about that after I play this song by Eiffel 65. I'm not going to say I'm sorry for getting that in your head for today. But what's the best way to counteract the blues from Blue Monday? Well, it also happens to be Brew Monday. So I'm going to be playing you lots of songs about tea. This very first one is from Gracie Fields. It's called A Nice Cup of Tea.
Weather.
Oh, that came on a bit loudly. Sorry about that. So, yes, it might be Blue Monday, but let's have a look at what the weather's doing. It's a chilly start with some frost and fog, or freezing fog patches. Otherwise, a cold but fine day. There is a blue sky out there. So, although it's Blue Monday, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Because it means that there's going to be sunshine, perhaps hazy at times, brightest in the east, with the west periodically turning cloudier, with maximum temperatures of 8 degrees Celsius. And today we are talking about it. Well, it's apparently Blue Monday, which is a national thing here in the UK. But it is also Brew Monday. That is B for Bravo, R for Romeo, E for Echo, and W for Whiskey. Brew Monday. So nice cups of tea. And what a better thing to have when you're feeling a little glum. And I will be telling you, apparently, for this Blue Monday, the colour Blue Monday, it was a university professor who managed to precisely calculate the most depressing day of the year using a formula. And I'm going to tell you the formula right after this song, I think. Right after this song. Here is Flow Rider featuring Winter, which is quite fitting, actually, because we are still in winter, with Sugar. Weirdly enough, the same tune as Blue Dabba Dee that I've just played for you by Eiffel 65. But it's an up-to-date remix. Different lyrics. We'll be fine. That was Sugar by Flow Rider featuring Winter. Now, that formula, which is supposedly used to calculate the saddest day of the year, I will just read this out to you right here. Now, I won't read out the formula. Well, I might be able to, actually. It's been a long time since I've done formulas and things. It's a two-line thing. So you've got bracket W, which stands for weather, plus D, where D is not defined in the release, nor no one defines what D is. And then there's negative lowercase d, which is debt, close bracket, times by T for time, which is time since Christmas, Q for time since failing our New Year's resolutions, that's T to the power of Q, all of that over M, N, A, and M is low motivational levels, N is the feeling of a need to take action, and well, that's N to the power A, I think. See, it's been that long, I can't even remember how to talk about equations. But yeah, so apparently it's where supposedly the date was calculated by using many factors, including weather conditions, debt level, so the difference between debt accumulated and our ability to pay, especially over Christmas, expensive time of year, time since Christmas, time since failing our New Year's resolutions, low motivational levels, and feeling the need to take action. However, all may not be as it seems, and I'll get back to that after the break.
This is Tempo FM.
And you are listening to Rebecca doing something a little bit different. I was wondering then why I couldn't hear myself. I had my headphones turned down. I was like, oh, did I forget the slider? I did not. And today it is apparently Blue Monday. It is 20 minutes past 11. You are listening to 107.4 Tempo FM, coming from the heart of Wetherby. And if any of you have had a bit of a scroll online on social media, or you might have got, Facebook, Twitter, anything like that, there may be people who are saying this is officially the saddest day of the year. Well, it is not. Supposedly the date was calculated using many factors. However, it's not all as it seems. As it turns out, it was in fact a PR stunt by Sky Travel. Ooh, the naughties. Naughty people. Made to think that this was the saddest day of the year, and it is in fact not. I mean, let's face it, the saddest day of the year is going to be, it's going to be a personal thing, isn't it? So, it depends what's happening in your life and what's going on. But I think it might have been a stunt to encourage people to think, I'm sad, I know, let's book a holiday. And I think Sky were pushing that you were going to book a holiday with them. No matter. You now know officially that it is a stunt. But, of course, blue isn't just a sad colour. It's a happy colour as well. It's a lovely colour. It's the colour of sky. It's the colour of water. It's the colour of so many different kinds of flowers as well. You can't say blue is a bad colour. I mean, yes, it's a cold colour, but then there are a number of colours that are cold. So green is considered a cold colour, and as is purple and obviously black and even white. But then that can depend on the shades as well. I mean, if it's a bit of an icy blue, then yes, it's going to feel like ice, because that's what you might associate. Well, that's of course what you associate with the cold, because you can only get ice when it's cold. So I'm going to play you a song now, which is, I think it's a much more uplifting image of the colour blue, and the song is called The Colour Blue, and it is sung by S Club 7. S Club 7 there with The Colour of Blue, and blue actually used to be my favourite colour for the vast majority of my life growing up. I remember when I was very small, it was red, and then I think it was in year 1 at school, so I was 6 years old, I think. Someone said, "Oh, you can't like red, it's the colour of blood," and it put me off completely. Obviously, I was not very rational back when I was little, and then my new favourite colour was blue. Blue bedroom, blue clothes, and definitely not blue now. Well, I do like blue. I do like purple more, though. Right, also, so Blue Monday, the colour blue, started in 2005, but and it's mostly a UK thing, because it's also Martin Luther King Day today, but that is celebrated in America. So Blue Monday hasn't become so much of an international thing. It's very much a UK based holiday, but to counteract it, or to take over Blue Monday, the Samaritans, the charity of the Samaritans, created Brew Monday. That's for cups of tea, and to just share time with people, reach out to people who might be lonely, and just share a cuppa, you know. So, and you might even be lucky enough to have a cuppa with the Kinks.
The Tempo FM What's On Guide.
Yes, let's have a little look-see at what's happening in and around Wetherby. Well, today is Monday, 20th of January, and there is a Boston Spa Parish Council meeting. That's Boston Spa Parish Council meeting in the Village Hall, 7pm till 9pm. Almost read that the wrong way around. The meeting is open to all, and the first 20 minutes at the start of each meeting is allocated for members of the public to make comments or to raise issues or concerns. So that's tonight, 7 o'clock till 9 in the Village Hall in Boston Spa. And then a week tomorrow, the UK Taurina presents with the Village Society and Spofford Women's Institute presents Between You and Me. It's an Ian McMillan and Luke Carver-Cross performance, a night of words, songs and breathtaking comedy at Spofford Village Hall, Tuesday 28th of January. Doors open at 7 and the show starts at 7:30. And there's a bar, of course, with snacks and ice creams, and tickets are £13 from Londis and Harebell, or you can also get them online. More information on that on our website, www.tempo tempofm.co.uk, and you can click on the local events tab and at the top of the page and scroll down to look at those.
making your workday go faster. This is Tempo FM.
It is indeed Tempo FM, and you are here with Rebecca doing something a little bit different. It is 25 minutes to 12. Blimey, I'm a quarter of the way through already. And so the song I've just played before the ad break was Have a Cup of Tea by the Kinks. It's amazing how many songs there are about tea. When I researched for this show, they just kept coming. There were just so many of them. Like, you don't hear about people sing about tea now. The only drinks I'll tend to sing about will be coffee in the morning and alcohol at night. So it was actually really refreshing to just like drinking tea itself. Although, I'll admit, I'm not a tea drinker myself. Oh, I'm doing a show about tea and I don't drink tea. I like iced tea. I've got into iced teas, especially peach flavoured. They're really nice. There's something about them. But I've never got into a proper cup of tea. Tea bag in boiling water or boiled water, and then milk on top. Obviously, you've got to take the tea bag out first. We've got to do it properly. And you may or may not add sugar. Now, what it also is this week is Sugar Awareness Week, and that is because sugar in lots of food items, obviously including sweets and in tea, if you want it in tea, is actually the leading cause of obesity. So there is a government campaign to sort of make people more aware about sugar in their food, especially if it's takeaways or ready meals that you may not think, oh, there can't be sugar in that. It's a curry. Well, there may be sugar in that. It's always good to have a look because it is sugar that makes you fat. It's not. It used to be believed that it was fat, eating lots of fat that makes you fat, but that is not true. So that is why I'm also playing songs about sugar. And the next one is called A Spoonful of Sugar by the one and only Mary Poppins. Lovely. That was from Mary Poppins, A Spoonful of Sugar. And that actually mentions some of the health benefits. Well, I say health benefits. It mentions medicine. And that's something that was mentioned in the Have a Cup of Tea song by the Kinks. Like all of these things that apparently tea can cure. Well, there are some who believe that certain types of tea are good for the digestive system. I imagine they are. Some are even supposedly shown to help prevent cancer, or to improve it at least. It's also good for weight loss, especially green tea. So many people have told me that green tea is very, very good for you. And I think it's green tea that is from Japan. So there's so many sort of benefits, and obviously it also does contain caffeine, but it's less caffeine than coffee, which is always a bonus. And let's face it, I know people often say, "Oh, let's meet up for a coffee," but half the time, if you go round to someone's house, you're going to be meeting up for a cup of tea for two. And I think Doris Day knows a little bit about this one. This song is from the 1950s, I believe. Another old song. Doris Day with Tea for Two, and lots of health benefits of drinking tea, especially since it is Blue Monday. That's the colour blue today. But we're not dwelling on that so much because it's bogus, it's false. It was not a conspiracy theory, but it was a hoax. Basically, it was a PR stunt. For people to start booking travel and go to book holidays and stuff for the summer. But I'm looking at the more positive side of the colour blue. So the next song I'm going to play is called Lavender Blue, bracket, dilly dilly, close bracket, and it's from So Dear to My Heart.
This is Tempo FM.
Yes, that's right. It is Tempo FM coming from the heart of Wetherby, and you are listening to Rebecca doing something a little bit different. It is 10 minutes to 12. I've been on for 50 minutes, and I've still got another 1 hour and 10 minutes to go, and I'm playing lots of songs about tea, about sugar, and about blue. the colour blue because it's Blue Monday, apparently. Supposedly the saddest day of the year, which is just not true. It is not the saddest day of the year, but if you are feeling a little bit glum, then obviously having a nice cup of tea can really help, especially if you have it with someone else, which is always the best thing to do. I think if you're feeling a bit glum, just go to someone and say, do you want to invite him over? Say, do you want a cuppa? Give him a cup of tea. And sometimes you can. It's great if you're exhausted. And I was mentioning before some of the health benefits of tea. So, for example, green tea, which is made with steamed tea leaves, it has a high concentration of something called EGCG, which has been widely studied. To show that the antioxidants in green tea may actually interfere with the growth of various cancers, including bladder, breast, lung, stomach, pancreatic, and colorectal cancers. Also shows to prevent clogging of the arteries. It helps burn fat. So if you want to lose weight, that might be a good way to go. And it also counteracts oxidative stress on the brain, which is great because it helps to reduce the risk of neurological disorders like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's diseases, reducing the risk of strokes and improve cholesterol levels. So green tea is just way up there for being absolutely amazing. Now, I wonder what I think if Nirvana were ever to create a tea for themselves, I think they'd probably call it, after this song, they'd probably call it Penny Royal Tea. Nirvana with Penny Royal Tea, and I've just been having a quick look up online because obviously we are in Yorkshire. We are coming from the heart of Wetherby, and of course I'm sure many of you drink Yorkshire tea, which is made in Harrogate by Betty's, which is obviously just a little bit north of us, but there are lots of health benefits of Yorkshire tea as well. I was just saying the benefits of green tea. Tea just seems to be a super healthy thing to have. So it supports weight loss. It serves as an energetic drink. This is Yorkshire tea. It reduces stress and anxiety, helps to reduce cardiovascular problems, prevents heart disease. It's a great drink for going on a diet. It helps to relax you, and it tastes good. So, yeah, and I suppose if you still find tea a little bit bitter, you could still add a bit of sugar to it, or even a bit of sugar, do-do-do-do-do-do. That was the Archies with Sugar Sugar, and now diving straight into Hot by Arrow, because, of course, if you're going to have a cup of tea, you at least need to start it with boiling water. You can't just dive straight in and make it with cold water. Even if you're making an iced tea, it doesn't work. The leaves need time to brew in the pot or in the mug to then make a lovely cup of tea. This is going to take us into the news in just a few moments, where we're going to continue for another hour here at Tempo FM.